So, ladies and gentlemen, I stood here a year ago today on this very platform, and I told you to watch Amarc, that the management believed this was the right company at the right time, and our sole purpose in life was to discover, develop, and transact the next generation of high-value copper-gold assets in our home province of British Columbia. What I'm going to tell you, following on from Rick Rule, is a narrative, but it's a narrative based on fact. The facts are, as I went through last year, we have assembled an incredible team. They are successful on a global stage in discovery, development, and transaction. We know our home province of British Columbia. We have 3 large, high-potential copper-gold districts. We are backed to the tune of $110 million on our Joy project by Freeport-McMoRan, arguably the largest copper producer globally, and by Boliden, the preeminent European mining house, on our Duke project. Both of those deals combined give us access up to $200 million of non-share dilutive financing. We are financing our own Ike district, and we headed into 2024 when I stood here last year in bad markets for juniors, and we knew we had $17 million in our treasury for drilling. During the year, we topped out at $23 million on drilling, and we completed over 29,000 meters of drilling across those 3 projects. The first news out of the gate yesterday was a very good day for the team. We announced an exceptional high-grade gold, copper, silver porphyry we have named Aurora in our Joy district. I'm going to focus this talk today on Aurora and skip through many of these slides. But just firstly, to give you a bit of an idea of where the company is, Freeport-McMoRan have invested through to the end of last year, on an accelerated time frame, $33 million into our Joy district, and we're currently planning for 2025. This has included 36,000 meters of drilling, extensive airborne and ground surveys over a 500 square kilometer district. This has resulted in the high-grade gold, copper, silver, Aurora discovery, and it has shown what we've been speaking about for a while, that we believed as a team that this was an exceptional district that could produce these high-grade deposits. Boliden at Duke have invested into the project $20 million through to the end of last year, and we have also announced that they will be investing another $10 million this year. We have drilled over 21,000 meters with Boliden. That has mainly gone into the delineation drilling at the Duke deposit, where we have established more resource potential, but we have also started to do scout drilling on gold copper deposit targets throughout the district. One of the important things to understand about Duke is we are a couple of years behind in our exploration history or trajectory than we are with Joy. So watch this district going forwards. I will mention at the end the higher grade copper gold deposits, that historical deposits that we've also been out drilling this year. So going straight on to Joy. Joy is located in northern British Columbia. The 2 main points on this slide is the rocks. They're about 200 million year old, that host some of the high-grade or world-class deposits such as Galore and Red Chris in the northwest of British Columbia, arch round, and they come down through our Joy district. We have the right rocks. The Joy is located next door to the Comess mining district. It was members of the Amarc team that discovered, developed, and transacted that district originally based on the Comess deposit and the Comess North deposit. So we have good local knowledge. Our tenure is 500 square kilometers. It's shown in this blue outline. On this figure, we have the results of our ground-induced polarization, the chargeability component of it, of our geophysical survey, a tried and true methodology globally for porphyry exploration. What we are doing in collaboration with Freeport is we are developing trends of clusters of porphyry deposits. We have been out on the ground drilling 8 of them this year with Freeport. And we ended up lastly on Northwest Gossan, which hosts the new Aurora deposit discovery. Why do we talk about trends in the upper part of this figure? This is just from the Newmont's Cadia, gold, copper, porphyry trend in Eastern Australia. This is what the big boys want. This is what the producers want. They don't want single deposits. They want these districts where you can develop trends of clusters of porphyry deposits and produce a real district. And this is our goal. Moving on to the Aurora discovery, it is located in the Northwest Gossan, or NWG target. When I first flew over this in the team with a helicopter, we could not believe that this massive area of Gossan, which is over 6-7 square kilometers, had never been drilled. We got our teams on the ground and in the air. We did completed ground and airborne surveys, and we went in this year and started drilling. The first fence of holes that we have released are shown there in the blue circles or dots. The discovery drill hole was drill hole 57. We know at this current time we've got a width of mineralization of at least 600 meters. As soon as we hit, we aggressively moved 3 drill rigs onto this discovery, and we started to drill it off in a credible manner. Amarc is in the business of discovering economic deposits that can be successfully transacted and bring value to our shareholders. Stepping back from the drilling, this shows the sulfide system defined by our IP chargeability at the Northwest Gossan target. You can see it's 4 square kilometers. You can see where the discovery drilling is, and you can also see that this target is underexplored. Zooming into a drill plan of this discovery, and this is early stages, ladies and gentlemen, we have put 20 drill holes in. We pushed the end of the season with the 3 drill rigs, but we did our best to step out well here. We put out the results yesterday along section A prime, those 7 drill holes. The red is copper, the yellow is gold. And we're going to look at a vertical cross-section through section A prime. But just to let you know, as we said in our news release, we will shortly be releasing the results from the drill holes on the section you can see just to the north of A prime. And we'll get our other results out to you during Q1 this year as soon as we can. So this is a vertical section. So as I said, nobody had ever drilled here before. Hole 57 was our discovery drill hole. Another thing to note, this comes in from at or near surface. It is a flat lying body, and it's exceptional. I mean, standing here as a geologist and not a CEO, it is very rare to drill a first fence of holes like this into a deposit. What makes it so significant is the high grade, and I really encourage you to look at our news releases where we put out sample by sample on the intercepts. The gold ranges from 1 to over 6, 7, 8 grams. The copper is strong. It goes from 0.5% to over 1% copper. The silver is strong. It has great vertical continuity and great lateral continuity. And as we say, we'll be putting out more results. This gives you an idea of some of the highlights. The intercepts go over 200 meters. You can see it's multi-gram gold, 1 to 3 grams. You've got strong copper there from around 0.5%, getting up to 1%. You've got strong silver, and that gives you copper equivalents of 1 to 3%. This is the start. I'm getting a lot of questions on this discovery, as is Bob Dickinson, our executive chair, who's here with me at the conference. This is the state of play at the moment. This is what we know, but there's only one surety, is that things will change as we get back on the ground and to continue to drill out this exceptional discovery next year. This year, sorry. We're already in 2025. Time flies. So just at the end here, if Brian will give me a minute or so more, we're just going to mention Ike, our Ike district. This is located in south central British Columbia, heartland of copper production in Canada. This is what it looks like in the foreground, in terms of topography in the foreground. You see our big Ike copper, moly, silver porphyry discovery. Where we concentrated our efforts this year were on the Empress and Empress East, historical high-grade deposits. What do I mean by higher grade here? This is 70, 80 meters, percent copper, multigram gold, silver, and moly. What we did here is we had Dr. Jim Oliver went out with the team. He relogged, resampled the historical drill holes. And then we went in and we got beaten out by the weather at the end of the season, but we got initial 9 drill holes in, which are shown here in the thick black lines, approximate positions. Empress and Empress East, they're high-grade copper, gold deposits. We're looking to expand them internally and laterally. We're pretty confident we can do both, but there is a 1-kilometer gap in there we've named the Empress Gap, where historical drilling, short drill holes and 1 long drill hole, are telling us to go in there and drill. These 2 historical deposits could well coalesce. No promises, but that's what we'll be back drilling and looking at this year. So just to summarize, it's been an incredible year for the team. Lots of drilling. It's just been fantastic. Sorry, I'm still excited from putting out the news results yesterday. So we'll be back out working with Freeport and Boliden this year. We'll be back out working at Ike. And we drilled 29,000 meters this year. We've got our first drill holes out from the Aurora discovery. The rest of the drill results will come out from the 3 projects over the course of the quarter. And there's been a lot of intense work by the team that's not here today with Bob and myself, but there are always moments to enjoy good drill results. And this is Bob, Mark, and myself on the discovery drill hole in late autumn. So finally, I'd like to thank our shareholders that are in the audience. You've been patient, you've waited a long time, and you've hung in there with us. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the rise in the share price yesterday and the volumes that were traded. Thank you very much.